Well lads, the time has come to review a new DTG route that absolutely nobody asked for, though we got it anyway. Yes, the Birmingham Cross City line was announced, showcased and released all within a 4-day period, and currently sells for a wonderfully outstanding price of, well, why even bother guessing? Furthermore, the route also comes with a new addition to the game, the Class 323, along with some other copy and pasted rubbish. Is all of this any good though? Well, stick around to see whether this route will make me want to throw my computer into the bin. But before I start, if you're an existing viewer of my channel, you may know me for my interesting yet infamous way of pronouncing DTG. Dovetail games, Dovetail games. Well, that's about to change, ladies and gentlemen. The real way to say it is, of course, Dovetail games. Yes, thank you. Roll the intro, Gary! Good job, mate. Gary! Get out your pencils, class. It's time for some history. The 32-mile-long cross-city line runs through the southern suburbs of the West Midlands, connecting the two towns, Redditch and Bromsgrove, with Lichfield going via Birmingham. First opening between 1837 and 1885, each half of the line used to be operated independently, and actually remained this way until 1978, when the lines were merged and plans went ahead to renovate parts of the route, and services extended to serve Redditch and Lichfield Trent Valley during the 80s. Of course, during this time the line was unelectrified and primarily served by refurbished old diesel chum buckets, which became increasingly unreliable by the late 80s. The line was fully electrified in 1993 and the old stock was replaced by brand new electric Class 323 units. And more old electric chum buckets. But by 1994 the 323s were in full operation, and today you get to drive the entirety of the line in that very train! Oh, I can't wait to show you how amazing DTG have made this unit, but before I get into that, let's have a look at the route. First impressions, it doesn't actually look that bad. There's a variety of nice custom models, as well as some rather beautiful scenery in some areas, which all in all, is quite decent. However, the level of consistency seems to be a massive hit and miss. For instance, there are a load of reused assets, the biggest and most obvious one being Birmingham New Street, but that's understandable, so have a great day. It's not like they were going to remodel the entire station again anyway. I mean, don't be ridiculous. Some assets don't even belong in this region. Like for instance, this London ticket machine, because apparently nearly every station on this route accepts Oyster card. Not entirely sure how that works, but okay. How about this notice too, which also belongs in London? Ugh, what are the chances, eh? Some assets are missing altogether, like at Aston. Where's the football stadium? I was looking forward to seeing Wayne Rooney. Not really sure about this bridge near Aston as well. Looks a bit too pale for my liking. Maybe it's like that in real life, or someone forgot to texture this thing properly. Either way, meh. And yet, floating OHLE for the win. And some areas just don't look that great, and almost feel quite lazy. Oh, and speaking of lazy, whoops. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Oh, whoa. Oh, crikey. Out, Mr. Spot. Whoopsie daisy. Hold up there. Oh dear. Whoopsie. Oh dear. Oops. And someone managed to crash the car into dirt. Under dirt. Hammond. Also, ha ha hee hee big funny. Lastly, not to mention the obtusely incorrect station signage. Like these could seriously really do with some patching. Oh well, at least this wasn't as bad as the initial stay of the West Coast Main Line when that was released. God, that was a living nightmare. Anyway, moving on. So, how good is this new Class 323 then? This glorious electric multiple unit comes with a massive variation of liveries, which are London Midland, London Midland, London Midland, London Midland, and London Midland. How very kind of them to only include one livery. Which, by the way, is... We'll just ignore that anomaly. My god, look at the state of that model though. It looks like they stretched the front a little too far out in Photoshop. In fact, the whole thing just looks off. The curves at the side aren't quite there, and as per usual, the texturing is disappointing. Not too sure about those destinations either, but hey, at least get to change them in game. Also, pretty good of no auto numbering. I suppose I'm expecting too much. Maybe the cab looks a bit better. Never mind, I was wrong. To be honest though, the interior doesn't look that bad. It's quite nicely detailed, but seats are wrong. Anyway, let's get those lovely passengers on board then. Okay, after helping many passengers free their limbs from the door due to how fast they shut on them, I think we're now ready to head out. So let's see how good this unit sounds. Oh, can't wait. Yeah, that was notch 2. Hold on, let me full power it. Sorry, did I forget to mention how amazingly terrible this is? So let me get this straight. You're telling me that if you apply minimal power, the motor just randomly cuts out a grand total of 5 times before it decides to register itself non-existent by the time it hits 24 miles per hour? Wait, hang on. How does this sound when slowing down? Well, I know the drill.
Off to hang myself, hot and left!
As expected, DGG failed once again to provide yet another brand new train with a moderate sound set. Am I surprised? Of course not. I mean, it was clear enough that they actually recorded the sounds from a 323 this time, but they didn't even try. It's like they just chucked in what they had and then gave up halfway through. I mean, it literally turns into a washing machine as you get up to speed. Like, how did that get past testing? Although, to be fair, the brake release sounds are almost spot on, but that's about as far as it gets good. Everything else is abysmal. I look forward to any sort of sound enhancement that gets released for this train. Or even better, another model. Yeah, I just said that. What are you gonna do? Well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Thick off! Hold me balls. In conclusion, is this route worth its price? Absolutely not. As much as it looks fairly nice, I feel that there are a lot of areas that still need work. And as for the train, what a diabolical heap of rust trash that is. It's a massive shame, but what else can you expect from DGG nowadays? They just don't care. With more time, then maybe this release might have turned out a lot better. Nevertheless, this is a money grab, and if you're a good person that wants to save money, then it's best that you wait for a sale before you consider buying this. Don't waste your cash. Excellent. I've said my piece. Now to never touch this route again until there's a good enough reason to. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my review on this horrible but not so horrible route. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. Yowie news! Well, ladies and gentlemen, this could not have appeared at a better time, and this has just come through, and you've heard it here first, literally. But Dovetail Games may be updating the route, and the proof is right there. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Press X to doubt. Anyway, now goodbye.